So a lot of people are not sure how to use the tablet and they're complaining that their trainer hasn't taught them to use the tablet. I'm making this video to help out if I can. So when you log into your tablet, you'll see something like this. So this is just, you could swipe through here to see like some quick access apps that you'll use. If you tap up here in the top left, you'll see every app that you have. Literally, don't be afraid to just click on anything because it won't let you do something if you're about to break something. So you definitely won't break anything. Go ahead and click around. First of all, this is you. You can click here if you want to sign out or anything. This brings you into the PS settings app. You can get here from this top left menu to see all your apps, and then go to PS settings. This is like your Android settings basically. There's not much here except you can change the brightness, you can log in and log out, add users if you're team driving or training. I only speak English, so I never checked to see if there was any other languages. It looks like there's only English. This is a ton of information about your truck. You don't really need this, but it's kind of fun to look at, I guess. And then there's this admin button down here that you can't click. Don't be afraid to click it because you can't. Right next to this button, the menu button where you see all your apps, there's your truck indicator. It tells you what truck you're connected to. If you have any other color up there, then something's wrong. And then you can click this button to reconnect if you need to. Up here you get your notifications. Basically it only tells you when you get new messages from your DM. Ignore that, it's fine. So this time up here tells you when the soonest time you need to stop for. So if you're running out of your 14-hour clock, it'll change from 30 minutes to 14-hour clock and tell you how much time you have left. Tells you the current time and tells you the status of your hours of service that you're in. So if you click the 30-minute, you can see your whole hours, because you should kind of know all about this from CDL school, and if not, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can't click on the time, that does nothing. If you click on the status up here, you can switch your status. Currently I'm in sleeper mode because I'm in the truck. If I started driving, it would automatically switch over to driving. If you were doing something that wasn't sleeping or driving, you can click on duty and you can choose from a bunch of different options here. If you're in a shipper or receiver and you need to move the truck and you don't want to move over to driving, you can go to yard move. Then it asks you to type in Y, and then you hit next. Off duty is when you're not in the truck. Personal conveyance is when you're driving for personal reasons. All right, and we can close that. It goes back to this page. Here's this little square down here is the home button to go back to this screen. The 3 lines over here shows all your open apps. If you want to free up some space, if your tablet's running slow, you can close all. There's a back button. If you're using an app or something and you want to go back, you can hit that button as well. So this is your quick access. It's just stuff that you would probably need to use pretty often. Not everything is in here because everything is up here. For example, you need to use Copilot a lot. That's your GPS. And it's not in here for some reason. So every time you need to use Copilot, it's up here. So go to messaging. You can talk to your DM in here, only your DM, or whoever's monitoring the chat. You won't really be able to get to talk to any other departments within here, but that's fine. So if you need to make any communication, do it here. And okay, your DM sent you a load. So you click the Workflow app and you have available these are your pre-plans. You're not working on these yet, but it's something that's assigned to you. It's a load that's assigned to you after you complete your current load. Your active loads will be here, tells you where to go. So this first one is your first stop. Usually it's your pickup. If you have any fuel stops, it'll show up in here as well. And then your final delivery will be at the bottom here. So that's the stops tab here. It tells you each stop in a list. If you go to shipment details, it shows you all the specific details that you will need for this load, for picking it up and dropping it off. A lot of times shippers will ask for a reference number. And there's other numbers in here you might need to know that they might ask for. Shippers and receivers kind of like to use different numbers. Like the one I'm on, they wanted the pickup number, but maybe the next one they're going to want this number, whatever that is. And then there's just some information that you might need to know: how many miles you're driving empty to get there, how many miles you are loaded to get to your delivery. Tells you your trailer number. Sometimes this is wrong, especially when the shipper sets up a preloaded trailer for you and the system thinks that it's going to be a live load. So I wouldn't worry about the trailer numbers too much. Tarp load, that's for flatbed. You don't need to worry about that if you're dry van. And yeah, it tells you that this one's a preload. Bill of lading number, sometimes they want that number. The PO number, sometimes they want that number. All right. The updates tab doesn't really have too much in here. I've never seen anything pop in there. This job ID, that's the number that you will use when you are referring to a specific load to your management. And when you are fueling, it asks you your load number, load ID. That is the number. And that's the number that you will use in Transflo when you are submitting documents like the bill of lading manually to get paid. All right, so this all looks good. We're in active. Go to view. All right, and then your stops show up over here, just like they show up here. But now there's, like, this is a task, right? Like, it's go to this place. Within this task, there are other tasks, like do your pre-trip. You click the DVIR button, hit confirmed, and then after you do that, it's like, hey, have you arrived? Yes, I have arrived. This happens automatically based on your GPS when you actually show up to the location. Sometimes it doesn't catch and you have to do it manually. That's fine. It's not a big deal. It just unlocks this task. So when you're finished getting loaded, did you drop a trailer? Yes. Did you drop a trailer? No. What trailer was it? You type in the bill of lading number. Sometimes this is filled in for you. Sometimes it's not. Just confirm that it's correct. The weight, sometimes that's filled in for you. Sometimes it's not. Just make sure it's correct. The seal, I've never seen that filled in for you. Type it in. Will you make on-time delivery? So you need to check to see what your appointment time is. If you don't think you'll make it, then put no, I won't be on time. If you think you'll make it, then put yes. I'm not sure what happens if you say no. I don't want to say I've never been late, but I've never clicked no. I have been late a few times, but I've never clicked no. So, all right, and then after you do that, this arrival date and time, you could try to fill it out. Sometimes this calendar doesn't work, but it's fine. When task number 3 up there is complete, then you hit depart loaded, and then these will all be green checks. Before you get loaded, you're at wherever you are and you want to go to the shipper, you just scroll here, click navigate, and then it opens Copilot for you. We'll do that in a sec. All right, and then when you get to the receiver, have you arrived? This will show up automatically based on your GPS. If it doesn't, hit submit, and then it'll unlock your empty call. Is it a live load? Is it a drop trailer? Did you pick up an empty trailer? Yes or no. Type in the bill of lading again. Type in the weight again. Was the load over, short, damaged, or refused? Was there any issues with the load? Yes or no? When did you arrive for delivery? Sometimes this calendar time thing doesn't work. Fill it in if you can. If not, it doesn't seem to really matter. And then when you hit Scan Docs, it opens up Transflo, the Transflo app, and then you literally take a picture of your bill of lading, scale tickets, or anything else that you need to be compensated for, basically, or anything else that is related to the load. All right, and then you would hit submit, and then departed empty is just a submit button saying that you are done with the job, you're ready for the next one. If you have a preload, there'll be a accept or decline button here. If you don't have the ability to decline loads, I wouldn't hit decline, just hit accept. That way they know that you want a load. And then it switches to awaiting dispatch. And as soon as this one is completed, it usually pops right back over to active, and then you're good to go. Let's navigate. Copilot pops up when you hit navigate. All right, and then the GPS shows up. Like I said, don't be afraid to click things. For example, click over here. If you click here while you're driving, it's not doing it now probably because I'm parked. Click over here while you're driving, it will say in 0.3 miles, turn left. If you click this text here, you can change the text. I have it set to nearest town. You can have it set to current road, where you're going, which direction you're heading, latitude and longitude, or nothing. And then it also tells you your current location. I like to keep this in mind just in case I'm stopped on the side of the road and I need help and I don't feel like looking around or opening a map. It'll tell me right there. Something I like to do is zoom all the way out so I can see as far as possible. If this thing is yelling at you for... Sometimes Copilot isn't completely correct. It'll say, hey, the speed limit is 35 when it's clearly 70. And it's yelling at you to go 35, you can mute it or unmute it. Clicking down here will tell you where your next turns. And then you can tap up here to close it. Distance, how far do you have to go until you reach your destination? You can switch it to ETA, time remaining, speed, elevation, heading, current time. And then the bottom one, you can switch it to the same stuff. But yeah, you just customize it. Yep, so like I said, I like to zoom out. Anytime you open this, for some reason, the zoom resets. So I have to zoom out again. Clicking that, the little map with the check, saves your current location, so you can reference it later. And it shows up here. You get the latitude and longitude. The hamburger menu up here, open that. You can search for places. If you hit the little truck, it usually shows you what is nearby for things that a trucker might need, like gas stations and truck stops, rest areas, stuff like that. If you click the little icon over here, you can switch what you're searching for, categories of things. If you click in the center, you can do en route, what's nearby, what's at where I'm going, the destination, or somewhere else. Oh, and then you can type in an actual address if you're trying to go somewhere else. Let's say you've got 900 miles to get to where you're going and you know of a truck stop that you want to stop at. You can either hit search and then find the truck stop and then it'll add it. Yeah, all right, so it adds it to your plan and it'll tell you go there and then go here. Now, if you want to see that plan, you can click the trip button, go to plan, and it tells you all of these locations that you have set. So first of all, I am here, then I will go here, then I will go here, then I will go here. You can delete them, and then you add it. You can rearrange these by holding it down, move them around if you have multiple ones. and then just hit calculate. Tells you how long, and then green button to start navigating. Okay. You can also change the way it looks. I like this mode personally because it tells me all the different stops in a list. So while I'm driving, I can see that my next turn is this one, and then the one after that is this one, which is pretty helpful. Okay. And then, there's 2D map if you like this, and you can zoom out real far if you wanted to. If you go to settings, you can change a bunch of things, like I don't know, just play around in here, see what you like. Turn restrictions, this will show turn restrictions. It's supposed to show a little icon, no left turn, no right turn at this intersection and stuff. It'll show you that. I look at signs, so I don't need that. I don't need my map to tell me where and where I can't turn. Clear turn display, definitely don't put that on. It replaces the entire screen with a little picture of cars moving down a road and an arrow of which way you should turn. Totally useless. Don't do it, because you won't see it now until you're on the highway and you need to make a turn and it's saying turn now, but you're like, okay, there's 7 turns. I like to change the style. You can change the colors. Like maybe we want this one during the day and this one at night. You can do that. There's a spot. Oh, regional and voices. Yeah, you can change. Yeah. Oh wait. If I hit English. Yeah. Okay. So you can change the voices. I guess they only have John and Lisa. Safety alerts and warnings. There's just just play around. Like I'm done with Copilot. Okay, HOS, hours of service. You can change your previous events if you want to switch this on duty, because it always switches to on duty automatically after driving if you don't switch it yourself. So sometimes I would forget and I just switch it to sleeper. You can do that. This gives you your logbook style view. Use that if you need it. It's the loads that you had on a specific date. I've never actually used this page. Review, you would go in here to review your past days and certify your logs. So you would hit review, check it out, scroll all the way down, and agree, and you get a success, and now that is certified, and you have to certify your logs. All right, so that's HOS, pretty self-explanatory. Form messaging, we already talked about the messaging app. Form messaging, anything that you need to submit a form for example, if you have a fuel card error, you would tap here and fill this out, and Western Express gets that information. Advanced requests, if you want to load home, payroll inquiry, PC. A lot of these we don't actually use, but they're here if they want you to use them. The Western Express app is the same app that you should have on your mobile phone. I don't use it on my tablet because I have it on my phone and it's fine. I don't need it on my tablet. Media Manager. So yeah, so this is all the files on your tablet. So things like training guides and pretty much just training guides. PS settings, that's the settings page. DVIR. You would come in here, type in your tractor ID, which it should be auto-filled in. If there's any defects with your tractor, like let's say, okay, I found something wrong with the brakes, you click that to say what location is it your drive tires, is it your steer tires, is it the roadside, is it the curbside, what's wrong with your brakes, is it out of adjustment, slow buildup, worn crack linings, warning buzzer. And then when you click something, you can add a photo. You can literally take out your tablet from the truck, go out, take a photo, type anything you need, and then hit submit. And then this will show up. It'll show the picture of whatever you took within this box. And then you would certify that it's correct. If there's nothing wrong, you hit that. All those boxes go away. Check that you certify that everything you typed in here is accurate. Hit submit. Now your tractor DVIR is done. Now you need to do one for a trailer. You would select the owner. It's always fleet owned. And type in the trailer number. Obviously only do this if you have a trailer. License plate, what state it's from. Same deal. If there's anything wrong, type it in. If you submit something that's wrong on here, somebody from maintenance, or breakdown rather, will reach out to you and arrange with you to get whatever it is fixed. No DVIR if you don't need one. You would do it here. I don't know why you'd be walking around with a tablet with no tractor. History, you can search by tractor, trailer, and then find previous DVIRs. So maybe you want to see if the previous person that drove your trailer had an issue. You can do that here. And then the Transflo app, in the workflow, it asks you to take a picture of your bill of lading. It would open this app and basically just follow the steps. I've never actually opened the Transflo app without doing it in a workflow or on my phone. I've done it on my phone, but this looks completely different. I have no idea what you would do. Oh, probably click scan documents. Yeah, okay. So this page would open within a workflow. You would just take a picture of it, hit next, hit next, hit next. Then it asks you to put in your tractor number and you're good to go. That's about it. It's really nothing else. All these other apps, no clue. Never needed to use them. Don't worry about it. Application Manager just shows your apps. You can open things. That's it. You can't do anything else. It's not going to let you uninstall anything, so you're not going to break anything. eSmart Notifier. Cool, there's a phone number. Don't need it. Like I said, they put everything that you're actually going to want to use in here, except Copilot for some stupid reason. If Copilot was in here, then I would never have to go up here. I only go up here for Copilot. That's it.